Good morning, everybody. Isn't it the most beautiful day today? And I hear a yes? All righty. Well, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living right here in Redding, California, for those that are watching. And if you're new today, whether online or in person, we invite you to take a tour of our grounds, pick up a welcome packet, and if you're online listening, come on in and we'll give you a tour. We'll arrange that. So we would love to see you here at the center. So we're going to start with an opening song by Dalton.
Hello, everybody. I do have a little bit of a cold this morning, so I'll need extra help from all y'all. The title of this song perhaps deserves a little bit of an explanation. I know we've just been in Halloween, but it's not about zombies or any other similar creatures. Rather, it's meant to evoke when you're walking along in a little city street or out in the desert or somewhere else that's covered in rocks and concrete. And you look down and you suddenly realize there's life peeking up through the cracks, some little plant. I find that very beautiful. So I wrote you a little chant about it. The words will be appearing on the screen in front of you, but also you'll pick it up. I have every confidence in you. There are hosannas in the pale green fingers coming up from underneath the ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The eyes of God are all around. That's all there is to it. So I want you to sing along with that if you could, as we go along here. And what's more, I'd like you to get more and more confident as we repeat and repeat, so I can tell that you mean it. Here we go. There are hosannas in the pale green fingers coming up from underneath the ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The eyes of God are all around. There are hosannas in the pale green fingers coming up from underneath the ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The face of God is all around. There are hosannas in the pale green fingers coming up from underneath the ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The power of God is all around. There are hosannas in the pale green fingers coming up from underneath the ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The love of God is all around. There are hosannas in the pale green fingers coming up from underneath the ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The joy of God is all around. There are hosannas in the pale green fingers up from underneath the ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The peace of God is all around. The peace of God is all around. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The peace of God is all around. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The peace of God is all around.
So with that beautiful chant, we can say that the peace of God and spirit and nature is all around, moving through us, as us, everywhere present. And this community represents that. We know it and we claim it. And so it is. So I'm Charlie Bourne, practitioner for the day. Serving with me is Judy, Christy, and Dr. Mary. And if you'd like prayer support after service, just feel free to see us. And we would love to sit with you for whatever it is you want to talk about. That's what we're here for. And I'd like to thank everybody in service. We have the greeter team, we have the sound team, we have the ushers, and we have Judy on the piano, and we have Dalton doing our special music. And so at this center, we do want to inspire everyone to live a spiritually fulfilling life. So just hold that thought and that vision all the time, and we will work with you and hold with you that image of a spiritually fulfilling life. That's our mission here at this center. So we're going to, after we silence our phones and get ready for the service, we're going to move into some announcements. We have quite a bit to announce today, so we're going to move through it kind of quick, but we have a fairly robust program today, and it's a beautiful program. But starting off, I'm going to have Dr. Mary come up to announce her class. You know what? Stay here. Come here. I know. Mary. So, we need to wave to the camera and say hello to our neighbors. It's a very vital part of this program. So anyway, here you go, Dr. Mary.
A year ago, July, I started a memoir writing class. You may have heard of it. The people usually come are so enthusiastic. And so after the first 10 weeks, I said, well, it's been really great. And 4 people said, we're not quitting. And we've been going since last July. So now we just ended another 10-week session. I said, well, it's been great. What are we going to do? We love Natalie Goldberg, and this is another one of her books. It's called Wild Mind, and I'll tell you, you just love reading it. She has prompts in here, and we'll use those prompts to write. But at the last class, I said, well, why do you write? Why do I write? Do 5 minutes on that. And here's a little bit I wanted to share with you. One of the people wrote, I write because I was curious about the class that could not end. I joined the class and never looked back. The class anchors me in my journey of healing since my husband died. It is a community of lovely souls who are willing to dive deep into the prompts supplied by Natalie Goldberg, encouraging us to keep writing, keep exploring, turning away from nothing, searching through the good, the bad, and the ugly, never giving up on describing our human journey. That's what it's about. So it starts this Thursday, and if you'd like to come, it'd be great. And thanks, and off we go on another journey.
So we continue our stewardship drive. You'll see the B stand out there, how to be part of this community and how to support our community through our annual drive to sign up and help on an ongoing basis our support for this center. And you've been hearing about this for a month, and there's more to come on that. But just a reminder, if you check out there in the front. And today we have our fundraiser, for the endowment fund. Roy's going to be coming up pretty soon. He'll be speaking about the endowment fund and the piggy reunion breakfast. And also, just remember, if you didn't bring your pig, you can still bring it later with your coins in it. And then Roger Gray and Bobby Gray started a wonderful class on psychic development. And there's still time to register. It started last Wednesday, and you can still join that class. So it's on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 in the social hall. And then Rob Ward, one of our practitioners, has an online class embodying our global vision. It's a certified class, and he would love to have you join that. And you can get more information from the board desk, and Susan's back there. But it's 6 to 8:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. So this is really important. It's in your program, so make sure you pick up one of these. But we're having a harvest celebration and auction on Saturday, November 15th. It's going to be 6 to 8 p.m. in the social hall. There's a $10 donation. But we're going to have a live auction of things that are being donated. And there's all kinds of things you can donate. You can donate a massage, you can donate house cleaning, you can donate a plate of cookies, you can donate all kinds of things. And there'll also be some items up here on stage that, for the live auction. So we're looking for items to be donated for the live auction, and you can just check with Susan in the back there about more information about that. But that's coming up in a couple weeks, and it's going to be Saturday, November 15th, 6 to 8 p.m., and it'll just be a lot of fun also. So, and then we're also accepting donations for the Good and Service Bazaar, and you can read more about that in your program. So a few things coming up next week. We have the spiritual jam, where you come with your drums or your musical instrument or your voice, and you just join in a beautiful spiritual circle of making sound. And it's beautiful sound. It's coming from your soul. It's coming from spirit, and it's just a lot of fun. And that's Friday night from 7 to 8:30. And then we have Landscape Seva again on Saturday, 1 to 4. And I'm hoping we do our bonfire, annual bonfire, if the weather's good and it's rained a little bit beforehand. So Christy has her beading on Saturday, 1 to 4. Always a lot of fun. A lot of people show up and they just have a blast, being creative. And then Christy's also sponsoring her Rainbow Love Circle Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. So you're busy on Saturday, Christy. So anyway, you can talk to her about more details. She's got a special program set up for that. And then next Sunday, we have guest speakers, Narayan and Janet. They're going to be here at 10 a.m. for the service, and then they're going to have a special concert right after the service from 11:30 to 1. It's $20 for the concert, but if you haven't heard them before, they've been here before, and they're just incredible. They're very, very spiritually based. They have a fun presentation and beautiful music. And there's more details in the program. So a lot to cover, but I think we have Lynn Fritz up. And the Reverend Lynn Fritz.
Thank you, the Charlie Bourne. Just wanted to invite you. This is the Thanksgiving Interfaith service is coming up. We always do it the Sunday before Thanksgiving. but we're looking for people to be in the interfaith choir. You don't have to be in the choir here. Anyone can join us. And so if you're interested in doing that, there's 3 different songs I'll do. The last song for the evening is Let There Be Peace on Earth, which we're all familiar with. But there's 2 other songs, and there'll be 2 choir rehearsals. So if you're interested, you can email me or you can email Jennifer in the office for the information how to download the sheet music so you can participate. We'd love to have you there. It's being held at the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Chapel on Churn Creek Road this year. So hope you can join us.
Thanks, Ning. And now I'd like to invite Roy Wolfstead up to talk about the endowment fund and today's fundraiser in the social hall. Roy?
Got to get out my cheat sheet. Hold on. So I'm cooking in the kitchen with some other people. Our normal cooks are off today. So the endowment fund was established many years ago, less than 40, but many years ago, and it's made up of donations given to the church, and these donations we hold and call sacred principle. So it's a lifetime donation. As long as the center is in existence, this endowment will be in existence, and we don't spend that money. But what we do is, for every dime, quarter, $10,000 gift, we invest it, and those investments are used for grants to support the center. So it's important to support the general fund, which keeps the doors open. It's important to support each of the small groups that we have, the choir, et cetera. But it's equally important to do this endowment. And why I wanted to just share with you some of the things that we've done. It's a short list. So I won't, I'll just give you maybe one from each year. So in 2007, we did the rekeying of the office doors. In 2008, we donated money to a then very large youth group so they could go to camp. In 2009, we redid a lot of the lighting for the sanctuary. In 2010, we sent some youth leaders to that camp. In 2011, we bought the first of several groups of computer-generated soundboard for the sound booth. 2012, we updated the office computers. In 2013, we did the foyer and trimmed and painted it out. In 2015, we upgraded the sound system. In 2016, this was important, we installed diaper stations in the bathroom. In 2017, we trimmed the trees and did a bunch of pruning and worked on the roof repair. In 2018, put money towards the air conditioning system. 2019, we only did one thing, but it's long. We repaired the leaks in the social hall, cottage, and pavilion roofs, and we cleaned up the limbs and debris. 2020, we did another upgrade to the sound. In 2021, we funded the candidate for a new minister. 2022, We did the meditation pavilion, the patio beams, and painting. 2023, we did CPR training for the leadership. In 2024, we bought new microphones. And in 2025, we did about 15 different things, including sidewalk and ramp corrections. So we continue to do this. And over the period of time between 2007 and 2025, we spent $138,550 to support the center. And so that affects each one of us and how this center is presented to you and to the outside world. And more importantly, we don't have to do special fundraisers to try to do some of these things. I have to say that a lot of these things have been supplemented by grant writing, and a lot of that has been done by Reverend Mary and other people, Charlie. So we're trying our best to take the physical nature of trying to keep the center running, make it enjoyable, and not have to ask every time for help, because we are a spiritual community. Or as Steve Smith says, we're a family. And in a family, you don't expect other people to do this for you. We do it ourselves, something we have to do. So you don't have to have a pig to go to the social hall. It's just regular social hall, just go. If you're going to leave immediately, you can always stop by and make a donation. But come enjoy yourselves, have a good social time, enjoy a different kind of breakfast. We have chicken sausages, and we have pork sausages, and we have vegetarian sausages, and pancakes. And for those of you who don't eat any of that stuff, we have fruit salad and candy from Halloween. Thank you.
So I'm going to invite Reverend Sue up with a special announcement.
Do you guys need to stand up and stretch? Been a while. Thank you for being here today, and I wanted to share just a taste of the women's retreat, and Reverend Lynn put together a brief slideshow so you get a feeling of why we've done this for so many years and why it has so much energy and love invested in it. So ladies, I'm going to have you be watching from where you are, and then when it's over, come right up to the front here, so right at the front there. You don't have to come all the way up on the stage. And we want to offer you the song that we invested our hearts into for the whole weekend last weekend up at Medford at St. Rita's Retreat. So ladies, enjoy this little show. Is it going to work?
Spirit is beauty. Woman, spirit runs deep. Woman loves with compassion. Our perfection is complete. Woman, spirit is graceful. Woman, spirit is wise. Woman, spirit is moving, bringing love into our lives. to honor life on earth. Woman's spirit is beauty. Woman's spirit is beauty. Woman's spirit runs deep. Woman's spirit runs deep. Woman loves with compassion. Loves with compassion. Our perfection is complete. Our perfection is complete. Woman's spirit is graceful.
They're shy about this, and when you catch the words, it's just a repeated chant, but they're going to have to do it on their own because I didn't bring them a song sheet, but they should. Oh, look at Christy. Yeah. All right, so you get to be the lead singer. Bunch in there. Several people could not make it today, but this is just a taste of those that were present. So feel the love. Feel the love. One thing I can say that makes me emotional, reflecting back on it right now, is all the turmoil our hearts have been up and down in through this past year. We invested so much love that I felt we lifted that vibration to a very beautiful place. So here we go. Lindy.
I am love.
Please join with me as I know that we stand on holy ground. And the Spirit dwells within each and every one of us, as we know that Spirit is everywhere present. Spirit, love, God, nature, everywhere present, flowing through each and every one of us as us in its own unique and beautiful way. And so as I allow myself to go down deeper into my own roots and be connected to the earth and allow that energy to flow up from the earth through my body out into the universe and then back around. Envision the loop of energy, of spirit and love. And so we know, and I know for each one here, that we are grounded. And the Spirit is deep, deep, deep. And so I claim for myself, and I know for each one here, that we are empowered to be all that we can be. We are empowered to grow and to expand and to answer the call of the urge to know more of who I am and to unite with the universe and everybody in this universe. We are all connected. It is all love. It is all spirit. So I give thanks for today, for this sanctuary, for this community. I give thanks for the knowing that we are all connected in a place of love. And we allow that to expand out from us into our community and beyond. So giving thanks, I release and let go and know that it is so. And together we say, and so it is. And Reverend Sue.
Hello again. So we're in a new month. Oh, birthdays. How could we forget November birthdays? Oh no. Is there a November birthday out there? Yes, yes. Well, you have to stand up and let us love on you. Thank you. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I know how it feels, girlfriend. I had my birthday at the retreat, and I got so much attention. I was so spoiled. I had gifts that they brought, little cards and gifts, and they go, open them, open. I said, in a little while. I was just basking that I had a pile of presents. So, thank you for... Thank you. Isn't it pretty? And it's so... it's such a lullaby of what the world is longing for. And I'm going to speak a little bit around that today, because interesting, the whole month is loving the unlikable. And I thought, how can I make that not sound like what I'm saying? But there it is. And so I'm looking at, today we're thinking about beneath the holy ground. And let me explain that as we go along. Emerson had said, there is no sin but ignorance, no salvation but enlightenment. So that might be new to some of you, and because some of us were raised in traditions where sin was put upon us from very young ages. However, let's look at this from the science of mind point of view, from New Thought philosophers, which Emerson is, this idea, there is no sin but ignorance. And it doesn't mean ignorant people. It means when we aren't skillful in the way that we are responding in life. So, but the salvation that comes from that is when we enlighten ourselves. So to me, I find that really a rich path to know that all beings have the potentiality, right, for enlightenment. And we understand that from the philosophy of Earnest Holmes, it's a mistake. Sin can be a mistake, but there's no punishment, only a consequence from our actions. And any apparent punishment becomes just the eternal action of nature, of God, of love itself to bring everything back into harmony, into good. So in our humanness, let me remind us that we can't help but have personal preferences, right? Personal preferences. What we like and don't like seems to develop over time. And it's easy to manage our feelings about this if it's just a matter of chips or popcorn. Popcorn, I'll pick popcorn. But it goes much deeper, our likes and dislikes, because it can also include personalities of people. Some people just rub us the wrong way. We're not sinning by recognizing that. Seems our discernments that are acceptable and don't bother anything when we're just choosing from a menu. There is that where we don't seem to harm anyone else with our personal taste and preferences. But here's where it starts changing a little bit when we prefer one human over another. Or, a little bit deeper, one set of values that oppose others. And we start hurting feelings. And now we're starting to be part of some division that's going on in the world. And then we can even get scorned by being judgmental, by falling into what we feel now, now I'm judging. And so we kind of go in this loop of feeling uncomfortable in our own skin as we try and strive, in which this community, this center is filled with people that I love so much, because you are all human beings that are really striving and trying all that you can do to be a good human, to be aligned with your divinity in such a way that you are in service to the world from this place of true, authentic kindness. So if we can stay centered in this principle of love over judgment, we can honor the value of this concept of oneness and unconditional love. It stretches things wide open. So to further understand this comes from a Monisha Melwani, and she writes this. This is what she's writing in her book, Detaching from Like and Dislike for Your Spiritual Growth. So see how comforting this is to hear. Attachments come in pairs of opposites, like and dislike. A liking for something usually comes along with a dislike for the opposite of what you like. For example, you like soft, soothing music. Sorry for some of you. And you dislike hard rock and heavy metal. When you hear hard rock on the radio, you immediately change the station. You dislike hard rock comes from liking the opposite, which in this case is the soothing music. Now the problem is we don't just do this with one thing, but pretty much with everything we encounter. So it goes on. When was the last time you eagerly reached into your refrigerator to look for something to eat that you didn't like? My refrigerator is so empty, it's kind of that way right now. Or couldn't wait to speak to the person whom you know is a big bore. Or if you had a choice between watching an episode of your favorite TV show, now this author put, or the Weather Channel, I'm thinking, oh, I love the Weather Channel, but I have to read this. What would you rather watch? So what happens here is a form of dependency is the problem. Dependency, not so much about what we like or dislike. This dashing towards what we like and recoiling from what we dislike is how we find happiness from the world. It is our all-consuming preoccupation. You may still be wondering, so what if we have likes and dislikes? If they make us happy, what's wrong with having them? Do you feel that? Yeah. What's wrong? What's the big deal? You see, the challenge is not simply liking and disliking, but the dependency that comes with it. Our happiness depends on having things a certain way. Can you relate to that? Now we're squirming. This dependency creates desire, cravings, agitations of the mind that take our peace away. We can't stay still until we move away from what we don't want so that we can get what we do want. The greater the intensity of the like and dislike, the greater will be our disappointment and sorrow in the absence of the thing we like, or anger and agitation in the presence of that something that we dislike. Take a breath with that. It kind of resets the state of affairs. So why I looked at this and what I'm referring to in this message, what is beneath this holy ground. I loved Dalton's chant that he offered to us today. Beautiful words. Because that is the holy ground. That is a description of the holy ground. And that is what Earnest Holmes says when he goes, with this point of view, we believe in the unity of all life, the highest God or good. The innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. We feel that indwelling presence of the divine good when we sing the song, when we hear the ladies sing the beautiful song, love song to all of you. We feel it. We're moved by that. We're changed by that. So this personalness of the divine becomes much more rich in our experience. And it is the ground of our being. It is who we are. It is the holy understanding that we are part of this whole, and we're individualizing that wholeness by our mere expression in life. So there it is. God is personal to all who feel this presence. And I like to call it love. For all of us that feel that agape type love that is not dependent on situations or likes or dislikes. It's just something that overwhelms your entire human being. And this is the individual expression then of how we interpret God in each one of us as us. And there's no blasphemy there. If God is all there is, then so are we infused with that good, that greater good. So we start to connect with that divine connection. Whether we can name it or not, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And my words might not be the choice of words you would use for that sense of where your heart is in your longing, in your spirituality this lifetime. But there is that something. There is that something for each and every one of us that is filled with wonder, that is filled with an awe, that captures our heart during these moments in life. And we know in those moments, oh, there is something so much greater. We all celebrate when we see the rainbow, and then we scream even louder when we see the beginning and the end of that rainbow. We feel so incredibly blessed, and we want the whole world, we want to look around, everybody else see it. And it's just dependent on how we are at the prism of light in that moment, and sometimes we're the only ones seeing the rainbow. So what am I getting at? What am I really trying to point us towards? This, of course, the unity of all of life. None of us, not one of us here, is separate from that. No one is excluded. No one is left out. And we all feel the same pull of gravity. We all enjoy the majestic beauty of Mother Earth. We all breathe the same air. This is something that we've studied this week in quite a beautiful process in the advanced consciousness class. And from Living the Science of Mind, the wisdom of Emerson, he said, there is one mind This is so basic to our understanding of the science mind philosophy. There is one mind that is common to all individuals, not that we are denied the reality of our own being here, but Emerson says, you are, because God is. That should be comforting. That should lift you out of the doldrums. That should lift you out of your loneliness. You are because God is. You live because God lives in you. That is the divine principle of life itself. So as I said before, our view of life is through our own personal lens, and we get that. We get that we have filters, and these filters, we're not responsible for them. They have developed through our lifespan. And who and what has influenced our choices along our way. This becomes our preferences, right? But we live on this holy ground that knows that all life is contributing a good to our planet. And it is the substance of spirit that connects us to one another, the substance of this divinity. When we can accept that there is indeed a spiritual substance that we name as spirit, for some, that feels very comfortable. But we realize it is connecting us all. The ethers, this divine spaciousness, this something, this substance is connecting us all. It's just like it's shown in nature with the roots of the trees, how they communicate to one another through their root system. The mycelium that is joined underground, an incredible network of wisdom and communication that helps the fungus absorb the nutrients and feed the earth, feed the planet, feed us. So we realize the survival all is dependent on this interconnectedness that we all celebrate every single day. That soil is the avenue of connection upon which we walk upon, and we call it nature. So we have that as well when it appears invisible, and I like to see it as energy, as light, as something we can feel when we move our hands back and forth. There seems like there's nothing there, but then when we start to play with it, it's like, oh my gosh, look at my energy ball. Look how big my energy ball is getting. Ooh. And it's just playful, and it's real, and it's tangible. So I invite you to play with it, to feel what Deepak Chopra calls the field of potentiality, to know that exists for all of us to step into and have a greater life experience. This is what we breathe, and this is what we create from, and this is what we shared with you in that song. This is what we call love. It makes us feel whole. Brew Joy, an incredible healer, and he writes these words: to be quickened by love, the unconditional radiance that emanates from the heart, the radiance that emanates from the heart, moves even the most skeptical person into a transformative process. It is the energy that uplifts the downcast eyes, that heals the pain of years of struggle, that nourishes the soul in its venture to unite with spirit. It is the essence of the cohesive force that binds all things to God. So we're not left out. Sometimes when I capture the essence of these most powerful words, I want to fall to my knees. So all of humanity, all of us, is contributing something. And when that aspiration leans towards embracing our divinity, we finally feel whole and complete and free. So from this understanding, if we could, we can choose to make a shift from naming things or people as unlikable to what our lesson today is focusing on. All things are simply an individualized expression, and we're all experiencing our personal preferences. And it sounds kinder. It just sounds kinder. I don't prefer that. Just a change of words. Your heart stays open. How kind is that? So we can relax into liking and disliking, seeing it as personal preference. And if you can recognize this understanding that all that is holy is allowing us to have our opinions, here is the trick. We don't get to be right. Oh, man, that wasn't what Emerson said. But we have to go back to that. We might not be right about our opinion, even though it feels like it's coming from the core of who we are. It's at the same time, no matter how strong our feelings are, and how right they feel, our way, our no way, doesn't work for the greater good of all. If it has to be our way and not your way, how are we ever going to get along? We can't afford to attack others for not aligning with our likes, or behaving in what we name as unlikable. Here's where the vast variety of choice in the world that we inherently discover. And then we can try to realize what our preferences are and soften our way with others. Now, this whole idea sent me down a rabbit hole of considering what were some of my weirder dislikes. I don't know where they came from. You might have some of yours too. You could share them in the social hall. And I don't want anybody coming up and telling me about what I'm about to share with you, because it really does gag me what I'm about to say. But many people are fascinated by spores on ferns on the backside of a leaf. Now you might be going, what? What is she talking about? They give me the creeps. They just give me the creeps ever since I was a little kid. Let's go to the forest and look at the fern leaves. No. I'd rather watch TV. I don't know where it came from. I've tried therapy on it. I've tried, if somebody gives me a bouquet of flowers and there's a fern in it, I'm going, thank you. And then I turn the leaf, oh, there's spores. You see? Can you feel it? It just makes me sick. And I don't know where it came from. But it seems to be an inherent ick that I have that makes no reason. I'm repulsed to my core. So, where it came, like I said, I have no idea. And I don't expect you all to say, yeah, I've got that. I'd love to have somebody else. Lindy got it? My kids adopted it. Yep, my kids got it. We both, Lindy and I have any repeated dotted pattern. See? You're watching me struggle. When I had my first really bad sunburn and I got the bubbles on my own skin of the ready to peel, I just practically rubbed my skin till it bled. I was just so grossed out. So, let's not go there. Lynn, I need therapy. So, I want to just move on and invite you never to give me a display of flowers with ferns in them, with spores on their leaves. Because I'm obsessed at the same time. I go through Costco and there's some of those fern leaves. I'm obsessed for some reason. Look, I'm scratching now. To look. I don't know why I do it to myself. It's not like medicine that I can get over. It's just a part of me. So it works both ways. I don't know what the core issue is. But this is an inherent dislike that I have that is really challenging to get over. But to all of you, it means nothing, except Lindy, except my daughter. I'm glad that she's with me on that. Because many, many people I know are fascinated by nature and by what these ferns and spores mean to them. So what I need to do is just accept. I just need to be in a space of acceptance that this will appear in my experience. And I need to detach from my reaction somewhat. But this is also in a much milder scale, without really putting the two together. This is how some people can make you feel. Think about that. behave a certain way or express themselves in an opposite way, their values, their judgments, they make us feel like creepy spores. Just work on noticing, that's all. Can we do that? Just work. Just be gentle with ourselves and work on noticing how you wish everyone would behave a certain way and accept instead just the diversity of all of these humans on the planet at this time. Let us detach from wanting others to behave and meet our standard. This, you see, if you could feel it, stretches us to feel freedom to just be present. Now, there was a Brian McLaren that said, "We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are." What a trip that is. We see the things we want to see, the things that confirm our assumptions and our preferred way of looking at the world. So we can breathe again. What I'm talking about? Mutual respect. We live our lives with the sense of kindness and respect, knowing that if we do so, it is the gateway to living in freedom, and it allows others that same opportunity to simply be. We can begin to bridge into a greater understanding, just being willing. I am willing to pay attention to my triggers of what I like and dislike. And it reminds me, Susan, of your story when you gave your testimony. Remember, she's just a little skinny-legged little girl sitting out under the tree. She got stung by a bee, and from that point to a point where she evolved and transformed that to a greater understanding, to a greater love. You see, this is the opportunity for all of us. Now she makes seed pods to attract bees. She loves the bee kingdom, and she is a champion of their life cycle. So this is what we can all do, because if we leave here today saying to our own heart that all beings are inherently worthy, that each one of us here is worthy, we start to meet one another with that love between us, with that substance of love, with that energy and that light of love. Now, whether we meet the standards of others or not, it still is important that we don't diminish our own right to be here, our own significance, our own greater expression of this life for us. Recently, also, I have a small study group that goes through the Earnest Holmes writings, and we're looking at Earnest Holmes at Asilomar. And now I chuckled at this opening statement of Earnest Holmes. These are lectures and classes from the 1950s. But he said, he was boldly speaking to the Asilomar audience, "Religious science is no place for stupid dopes." I thought, oh my. Mary, did you know that? He said that? Stupid dopes to an audience? And I was taken back, and I said, oh, he's in testy mood. But the rest of his thought was this: it's no place for souls who have not become aware that they are now part of the universe in which they live. What we need is an increasing group of people who will prove what they believe before they try to believe anything else. We are all evolving in consciousness. It is a given, and everyone has something to contribute to that. It is impelled by love and propelled by law, law being that aspect of ourself and the creative process. It is done unto us as we believe. It doesn't always feel this way. It doesn't. But if we look forward and wonder and awe at all that's going on, even when somebody triggers us, just be, whoa, isn't that a wonderment? Aren't I awed by you right now? Change the track in your mind. And here is where, I'll close with these thoughts, the principle of nonviolence comes in, originally presented by Jesus, by Gandhi, Non-resistance was shared by Jesus. So Gandhi, nonviolence. Think about this. Our thoughts, our reactions, based on nonviolence and non-resistance. We just let it be so. And we forgive along the way. Forgiving yourself and the other for not being on the same page in that moment of time. They inform us that when we look at things like this, these are the laws of the universe and they become liquid. It is the human that makes all things feel so solid and permanent, like an obstruction in our way. But the universe is not solid facts. It is liquid law, always transforming for a greater good. And a few months ago, I mentioned Reverend Pat Campbell when she had said at a conference I was at, affirmative prayer is liquid grace. So I look at all of this concept of the liquid nature of what we're speaking of. And it's powerful. It's powerful because then we step back in our layering of understanding and accepting these principles of nonviolence, non-resistance. We can face off anything. This concept adds to our evolving understanding and lets us see the wonder and the awe of possibility with the unification with life. As Ernest added, until there's nothing left to resist, we triumph. So I want to bring us back into this moment. And something, I'll close with the thought of Earnest Holmes, but also the most beautiful thought. I'll invite Judy up to the piano to help us go into a prayer on this. So Earnest Holmes said, there is an integrity beyond ours. Let that comfort you. There is an imagination beyond ours. There is a feeling deeper than ours, and yet we are akin to it. Who listens closely to their own soul shall hear a song no other person can sing. Who listens to the harmony of your own being, though you be in the desert, on the mountaintop alone, you shall compose a symphony that no human instrument had to be attuned to, and you can play it only in wonder and reverence and awe on the heartstrings of your own heart, your own mind, your own soul. For we are the instrument of this truth. So I invite you to check in with yourself, relax into your body. You are a united field of body, mind, and spirit. It is not separated out. You are this individualized being, so connected to that which is overseeing all that is, that energy, that love, that power, that reality, that consciousness, that one mind. And as Harold Kushner, he's a rabbi and author, he says these words. We'll start our prayer with this. Dear ones, let the fog burn away. Let the fog burn away so that we can see each other clearly, so that we can see beyond labels, beyond accents, gender, or skin color. Let the warmth and the rightness of the sun melt our selfishness so that we can share the joys and feel the sorrows of our neighbors. And let the light of the sun be so strong that we will see all people as our neighbor. Let the earth, nourished by rain, bring forth flowers to surround us with beauty. And let the mountains teach our hearts to reach upward, upward to heaven, and inward to heaven. We close with these words of wisdom from the Rabbi, knowing that we are collectively here for a purpose, for a reason, for a calling, for a healing, to be the ones that make a difference in the world, because we see with love and light and truth that we honor life, we honor one another, and we give the best that we have unto others, knowing that as we give unto others, so be it that they give back to us likewise with open hearts and grace. Non-resistance, non-violence. Let us open our eyes, open our heart, walk like Gandhi, be inspired like Jesus, and heal the unrest that unsettles us moments at a time. Thank you, God, for this time to share the words so powerfully given by so many wise people in the world, that our ears have the ears to hear. We feel complete, we feel whole, we feel love. And together we all say, and so it is. Thank you, thank you. Dalton. Thank you.
Give a chance for the screen to descend. Or perhaps the lyrics will simply appear in the sky. This is a song by the exceptional Stephen Walters. It's a fairly short little song that I'm gonna loop around a minimum of 3 times. Does not absolutely need audience participation, but I'm going to say, if you're so moved, you're more than welcome to sing along. If you're not familiar with Hinduism, when we get to the part that goes Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, means Shiva, the Most High. Shiva is the figure that depicts destruction, but also transformation. A clearing away of the old to make way for the new. That's what this song's about. I was walking down a lonely road, searching for a place to rest. There was no escaping from this ache inside my chest. Then I got down on my knees and begged for mercy, and I raised up my hand. And I knew the answer, even as I asked the question, just how much this love demands. And it's everything, everything, nothing less than everything will do. And when everything is burned, I will take these ashes and offer them up to you. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. searching for a place to rest. There was no escaping from this ache inside my chest. So I got down on my knees and begged for mercy, and I raised up my hands, and I knew the answer even as I asked the question, just how much this love demands. And it's everything, everything, nothing less than everything will do. And when everything is burned, I will take these ashes and offer them up to you. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. So one more time through now. I was walking down a lonely road, searching for a place to rest. There was no escaping from this ache inside my chest. So I got down on my knees and begged for mercy, and I raised up my hand, and I knew the answer even as I asked the question, just how much this love demands. And it's everything, everything, nothing less than everything will do. And when everything is burned, I will take these ashes and offer them up to you. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Sing along with me. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Shiva, Shiva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva.
Thank you, Dalton. So beautiful, so heart expanding. I'd like to invite the ushers to come up now, please. As I prepare to give my offering, my heart is filled with love and appreciation, since what is offered here is for my spiritual well-being. I am filled with gratitude knowing life stays in balance, for as I give, I receive.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And just now I give thanks for the blessed donations received in the offering this morning and during the week. I know that each dollar supports this spiritual family in many ways as we grow together, pray together, and give thanks for all that this center has been blessed with today and always. And so it is.
I'm not going to take up any more of your time but I want you to look at it this way. The service went on a little bit longer, but you're more hungry, right? There was a plan there. So we'll have Dalton do a song, but something sweet. We're going to invite the children back in to do the peace song together. So whatever children are here today, if there are any, will be joining us for the peace song. So we'll make room for them. So again, thank you for being here. And Dalton, your piece, and then we'll do the peace song.
It's a song by Carl Anthony. It's chill vibes in the sanctuary this morning, but I hope this will put a nice little button on everything we've been doing up here. So. Still my mind, be at peace in my awakening. I release with my heart. Free my soul in my awakening. I am whole. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, be at peace. In my awakening, I release with my heart, free my soul. In my awakening, I am whole. Help me out now. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Let's bring the kids on in and have y'all stand on up for something just a little bit more energetic. Take a breath. Take another one. It's a glorious morning outside.